Hey traders, welcome to this week's currency market overview. So we're just going to take a look at a few pairs that I've highlighted here: Aussie Swiss, Aussie Yen, CAD Swiss, New Zealand Yen and New Zealand Swiss. Primary reason for looking at those markets is because Aussie, CAD and Kiwi are the strongest markets at present based off daily chart analysis, and Swissy and Yen are the weakest. So ideally what we're looking to do is pair strength with weakness. Now, as you can see, we're looking at the Aussie Swiss here. Aussie from the previous week was a -4. This week is scoring a +6. That's a huge shift. That's a +10. So what we're looking at here is we're seeing how Aussie's gone from low, created a higher low, another higher low, and we broke to the upside. Now what I'll be looking for is a pullback into these structure levels here. So we're probably going to see a short-term correction from Aussie, looking back into that sort of structure point here, so towards 71.50. So intraday traders can look for shorts underneath this current low. So we'll be looking at sort of trading anything on a change of cyclical pattern. So if we just zoom this in, we'll be looking on a break of 71.98 and trade that down towards 71.50, and then we'll be looking for those sort of day trades to create new highs. So that'll be moving this time frame, looking for the market to come back up into the 73.50. So there's about 200 points up for grabs up towards 73.50, and based on the correction into 71.50, there's about 45 points. So intraday traders looking for those shorts in towards this little area here, and then mid-term sort of swing traders will be looking for longs up towards 73.50. Aussie Yen, let me just remove all these drawing tools. We're seeing something similar here. We had that huge push down on the flash crash, all to do with the yen. But what we've got here is we've got this interesting sort of level through. Let me just draw this in here. We've got this interesting level through here. We've had a clean close above, but ideally I'd like to see the market just push a little bit higher. You can see that the structure point is anywhere in between. I'm going to be looking at this area actually. This is where I see it, sort of 78. Looking for that pullback into this zone. So we'll be looking for a little bit further decline on Aussie, and then I'll be looking to trade that long into sort of the 8200s, potentially 80.9 as initial targets. Now I am a little bit wary of the yen to do with correlation on the risk on risk off, and with the Dow and the S&P approaching a trend line now, we may see some resistance there, so a sell-off in indexes which would result in money flow into the yen. So this is probably one of my least favorite markets to trade out of them. We're still looking at the Canadian strength, so very similar. We're looking for the market to pull back down into structure lows here around 82.85. Let me just clean the charts up so you can see a little bit more clearly. Now if we look here, this market had moved down, consolidated, pushed back up, created a lower high on the higher time frame, and another lower low. So I'm still expecting this market potentially to push into around 84.20, but then I'll be looking for the market to correct here. Now like I said, the yen is one of those markets that does sort of put me off slightly, just to do with the correlation with the indexes risk on risk off. But I will be looking for Canadian strength in the short term against the yen. So we'll be looking for this market, a bit like Aussie yen, pull back into around the 83 even handle, and then we'll be looking to run this up towards 85. So we'll just draw this in here. We're looking for the market to come into these structure highs here. You can see tip of a wick, closing price, failed break, completed break. Expect the market to retest this level, and then we'll look for that next move initially up to 85. So looking for longs from around 83 towards $85. So that's CAD yen now covered. CAD Swiss, you can see markets we're looking at, we had a break of the short-term trend line, we've created a higher low, we've moved off. Now we're waiting for that very similar setup again, which will be a pullback into this sort of zone here, and then looking for the longs. If we just go to the higher time frame, you'll see this market has reacted lovely from these sort of key areas. You can see how this rising wedge from all the way down here has been reacting beautifully, and again we've seen the market find resistance around that 78.50. Structure was tested here at 72.50, proving a false breakout of this rising wedge, and then the market's progressively moved higher. I think we're going to come into this sort of structure point at 76.60, but after this move up I wouldn't be surprised if we just see a little correction first, and then we get that next push up in towards 78.65 and then extended targets up towards 7800. So CAD Swiss, another market of great interest. Kiwi yen, this market, you know, we can see that there was definitely a base formed at 72.40 area with a nice false breakdown to the wick lows here, which it repeated. But we've got this short-term trend line. Market stuttering and stalling. It's not a very clear chart. You can see that on the weekly. Heading up to the daily, all these candles, the way the market's moving, you can see each candle is an uprange candle, but we're not really getting any sort of progressive move and nice cyclical pattern. It's just steady, constant moving. So if you're going to trade this, it's probably better to trade it on the smaller time frames, because the getting in and getting out, you know, the cyclical patterns will be clearer, as you can see here right now. On the daily, you're not seeing any cycles, but looking at the way this market is topping out here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little correction and maybe come back down sort of in towards the 75 even handle number, sort of a 60-point drop. I'll be looking also, we've got this longer term trend line here with, I don't know if this one's pulling in, but rising wedge. So I expect to see this market potentially break down, and then we'll be looking for the longs to continue that New Zealand yen move to the upside. So we'll be looking for a break of that rising wedge formation. Yeah, I'll be looking for that market to pop down in towards the 74.40. So it's about 110-point drop down, and then we could potentially see that rally right back up and towards the 79. So watching for 79 as a key area, as extended targets. But in the meantime, I think we can be looking for the shorts, and then looking for that continued move long, as the strength matrix would suggest. Kiwi Swiss, looking at this, it's been pretty much one directional. We're coming into a key sort of trend line resistance area. So again, all these markets where we're seeing the strength, we're potentially now looking at a short-term correction. So if we break today's low as it currently stands, then I would expect to see this market drop down towards at least 68 even handle, maybe even a little bit lower, but that would be where I'd be looking at first targets. So we'll be looking at shorts on Kiwi Swiss, especially if we can see the market roll over on a smaller time frame. Yeah, so any break and close below 68.58, then I'll be looking shorts down in towards that 68.20 as initial targets based off this time frame, and then looking for that potential extended move right down in towards this area down here. So that's it from Trade and Train today. My name's Mark Owen. If you found the information analysis useful, or you'd like to know a little bit more about what we do here at Trade and Train, then please drop me an email at mark@tradeandtrain.com. However, we do offer a 7-day free trial right now if you'd like to join the Live Traders Club. Now, the 7-day free trial, what does it include? Well, click on the link below and you'll see everything that's included. Not only do we give our trades that we're taking, we have a 24/7 Telegram channel, and we also give 6 live trading rooms a week. That means that you log in, you see what we do, you can ask us questions, why are we doing it, what charts are we looking at, get everything you want from us. Let us do the hard work and we'll send you the information throughout the day and the course of the week. If that sounds interesting, drop me an email, mark@tradeandtrain.com, or you can click on the link in the description below, and that'll give you access to our 7-day free trial. Okay, last thing please guys, if you do like the information, please hit like, share and subscribe, and keep up to date with any videos we post. Thanks.